Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And we know that we are an international company, and many of you will be watching this from different parts of the world with different time zones. So we want to welcome you here. The reason why Tammy and I are doing a quick introduction as we begin here, as we all know, Max has been going through a lot of changes, and we like to call ourselves Max 2.0. And tonight is the very first time that we're actually presenting the entire presentation. We're talking about the company, the products, and the opportunity. So we're going to share all that with you. You will find that the slides are all not that different from before, other than maybe some new products that were added. But I can tell you that as we progress, things are going to evolve. Videos are going to change. There's a lot of things that we're going to be sharing as we progress with the presentation here this evening. So let me go ahead and start the presentation slides. Now, for those of you that are here for the very first time, we want to welcome you. Maybe you're coming in after the facts. Maybe you're catching our recording. As you know, this link permanently will always have this presentation format, and we're presenting this every second Thursday. So today is the first presentation of the year, and then not next Thursday, but the following one we're presenting again. Now, there will also probably be some associates and some other team members are going to be presenting on their own. And again, we're looking forward to all of that. My goal is that we have many presentations throughout the entire week. This company has made such an impact worldwide. You saw the video. How much of an impact we've done. And it also, not just when it comes to the health aspect, but the financial aspect of it. And that's what Max International is all about. So again, I want to welcome you to this presentation here this evening. My name is Christian Jengra, and I'll be presenting with my wife, Tammy. And as we begin here, just want to welcome some of you that are here. Bob Rand, great to see you here. Marie-Paul, welcome. Sylvie, welcome. I know some of you might be here in the background. Certainly introduce yourself. Let us know where you are joining us from. It's always nice to see. And as we progress in time, we expect there's going to be more people joining us in everything else, especially with everything else that we have in mind to plan. Now, tonight is a short presentation. It will give you an overview of Max International when it comes to the opportunity and our health. So very excited. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and I always love to start with health because that's the most important thing. Unfortunately, in today's world, it's people are getting viruses more often. People are sicker than ever. Lots of toxins. People have high stress levels due to financial issues, poor diets because people are always working, lack of sleep, and all of this is causing a lot of issues. And according to the World Health Organization, the top two causes of death worldwide are heart disease and stroke. And of course, we know that there's many other diseases that will add to that globally. And so that really tells every single one of us that we really need to be focused on the importance of staying healthy, no matter what age you are, because when you start going into because I'm 62 and Chris just turned 60. Welcome to the 60 Club, Chris. And we're at that age. And even if you're not there, be proactive. I find a lot of the younger generation are actually proactive. And the key is to live that longevity, that healthy, full of energy, because when you hit 80s and 90s, you want to be in great shape. So I totally it's very important.
Totally agree. And welcome, Josh. Great to see you here. So folks, I noticed my slide needs to do a bit of an adjustment here. It was on a Google Drive and I brought it back to my local drive. And when it happens, sometimes things gets off focus. So I'm going to fix that for the next slide. But one of the things, folks, is your overall health depends on the health of your individual cells. If your cells are healthy, then everything else functions well. You can see here the example here of a perfect, beautiful cell, and the corrosion happened to the free radicals. And if you don't treat your cell with the proper molecule inside, which we'll introduce in a minute, then of course the cells become damaged. Folks, if your cells is damaged consistently, then the organ gets damaged. If the organ gets damaged, then the body is not going to respond very well. So a healthy body means that you have healthy cells. That's what we want to talk about here today.
Very true. And it's glutathione that keeps our cells healthy. And I know it's a very common word in the world today, but if you've never heard of glutathione, after food, water, and oxygen, that's the fourth thing that every single cell needs to survive.
I totally agree, Tammy. And for some folks that, glutathione may be a bit a mouthful of a word, even though it's been
Yeah, sure.
talked about for years. A lot of people don't know what it is. Can you explain a little
Mhm.
bit what is glutathione?
Yeah, so it's produced naturally in every single cell of our body, head to toe. And it's our body's natural defense against toxins, pollution, and much more. And every day, our bodies are being attacked. Our cells are being attacked. So it's glutathione that protects us against that. I always like to say it's like the scrub brush of your cell, and when you clean it out, you just feel amazing after. So without that optimal level of glutathione, you're not going to be healthy. And that's why we're really stressing the importance of this evening.
I totally agree. And to add to this is again, when you have optimal level of glutathione, folks, in your bloodstream, then there's so many benefits. And to name a few, is your immune system is a lot stronger. It reduces inflammation in your cells. It helps to slow down the aging process. I don't know about you, but I'll sign up for that class now that I'm part of the 60 club. And I want to try to slow down the decay as much as I can. You'll find that you'll get better energy, better sleep, reduce stress, sleep, better mental focus, and so forth, clarity. But also, it improves performance, whether it is mental, physical, which is very important. We get better stamina and recovery, so we can perform better, whether it is in the gym, the classroom, the boardroom, folks, even the bedroom, right? These are all aspects of life. I'm sure every one of you will agree. Back to you, Tammy.
For sure. But here's the bad news. You can see that on the chart. From the age of 20, our glutathione levels start to go down naturally due to aging. And we usually lose between 10 to 15% of our glutathione levels every decade. And I think that will depend on people's lifestyle too. And that's usually, you can see 40s, 50s, that's when everything starts to go down when it comes to glutathione, and the damage starts to take over. And that affects your energy. You start waking up and something's aching and you wonder why it's aching. You might have some trouble sleeping, and people start getting grumpy when they get older, when they feel like that.
That's another statement. Welcome, Bruce. Great to see you. Hey, Bill, how are you? So, folks, when you add the stress, the poor diet, the toxins, the illness, the alcohol, these are all issues that will unfortunately affect the glutathione level. And as the glutathione level decreases, unfortunately, the decay occurs even faster. And remember what we said is if we have optimal level of glutathione, our cells are healthy. If you don't have enough glutathione, your cells are not healthy. I hope that you guys are getting the point here. We're going to repeat that a few times, right? If your cells are not healthy, folks, our body cannot be healthy. If your body's not healthy, then of course, folks, it becomes a big concern. And that's exactly what is going on to society with all the poison that the big pharmas, and again, not to be disrespectful, because we do need the pharmaceuticals when we're sick and when we need to deal with bacteria. But at the end of the day, folks, and we all know that the shareholders is it's often a priority, and unfortunately, that affects the well-being if people are not really informed or educated on the proper aspect of staying healthy. Would you agree, Tammy?
Absolutely. Yeah, and there's over 74 medical conditions that are associated with low glutathione, like diabetes, hypertension, stroke, arthritis, kidney disease, and so much more. I could just go on and forever. And the key is to elevate your glutathione so your body's in a better state. Where we say you need to get your body in a better state so the body can heal itself.
I totally agree. And the fact here, and this is what I meant, is people need to self-educate today. You can't just rely on your social network to tell you exactly what to do. You need to understand what's going on. And it's not really complicated. It's just a fact of understanding a few simple concepts here. We've heard how important glutathione is. So why don't we just get more of it? And again, the reason why is because in the medical realm, it's not something that is necessarily part of the education process, right? So if you take a glutathione pill, for example, which we've heard, like a capsule itself, it will be digested through the digestive tract. It becomes completely useless. You just kind of, excuse me the expression, but peeing your investment because your body's not absorbing it. That's the problem. So it's the thing is, okay, how can we elevate the glutathione level in your bloodstream if it's so important? And that is the big question. That's what we want to focus on. That's what exactly what we want you to see this evening or this morning or afternoon.
Yeah, and it's Max International has a solution, and it's called ribosine. And if you've never heard of ribosine, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. But ribosine is a breakthrough in science, and it raises your glutathione levels within your cells. There's a lot of stuff on the market, and it's not effective. Where this one, it's a unique component. So you have a combination of D-ribose and L-cysteine, and the ribose is a simple sugar that we use to make energy, and the cysteine is an amino acid that we need, which is one of the most important components to make glutathione. And unfortunately, our body's not making that enough. So the ribose protects the cysteine. So it passes a digestive system, goes right into the cell, and then what happens is the ribose breaks off and it starts to produce energy. So when people take this ribosine, they start to feel better. They just feel like they can dance all night long, right, Jasmine? and, and the cysteine is what is needed to make glutathione. I love this technology.
I
I
really
love
do
it.
too. I really do too. And Dr. Herb T. Nagasawa, we should call it late Dr. Herb T. Nagasawa, who passed away, a few years ago, and we're so grateful because he left us with such an amazing legacy. Over 45 years of professorship, 25 years of his life in the research of the ribosine, and about 54 peer-reviewed studies that were made. And ribosine is the most advanced glutathione support available in the world today. It's in fact 300% more effective than the next best alternative. There's a doctor you guys have not heard of. He's not here right now. Maybe we should add him because he left us also a great legacy as Dr. Keller, who also created a Max GXL, which it's a different supplement, for the same goal with a different twist, and that is based on the N-acetylcysteine, the NAC we call it short, where we have the ribosine, which is kind of the Bentley. So what we have here is a really, really, really big deal. These doctors left us with an incredible supplement to keep us alive for the long term. See, ribosine is truly a science breakthrough that solved a real problem in the world today. And because it is only available through Max International here, folks, that gives you a remarkable opportunity to make an impact and also to create another income stream that we'll cover in a minute. So again, very exciting. So I'll let you talk about the other doctor, the younger ones, Tammy.
Yeah, so this is our scientific advisory team. So we're being led by experts in nutrition, cellular health, longevity, and our science is backed by world-class research with Dr. Nicole Avina and Dr. Stephen Gabriel, and they bring decades of experience in clinical and academic experience, ensuring that we're getting that approach, which is rooted in the credible science, which is really, really important. And they have real results and long-term health at the cellular level. And if you haven't picked up her books yet, I highly recommend to do that.
Yeah, brilliant. And at this point here, folks, we're going to shift gear a little bit. We're going to get into the introduction of some of our products. We're not going to cover them all, but at least the ones that are the most popular one that everybody tends to, kind of want to consume. Ribosine can be found in every Max products that we have, almost every Max products that we have. And as a matter of fact, we have a certification called the BSCG, which stands for Ben Substance Control Group, which is a very expensive label to have, because it certifies that every ingredients and a quantity of ingredients and nothing's been tampered with, as we know happens a lot today on the stuff that we consume. And allow again is to say that for the different religious communities that it is safe. There's no pork and things like that they can consume. So it's safe for everybody to consume. Absolutely phenomenal. So let's start with our first product, Tammy.
Yeah, so now that you've heard about ribosine and the importance of it, Max One is 100% ribosine. That's all that's in this product.
Mhm.
And you take two capsules per day, one in the morning, one mid afternoon, and it raises your glutathione levels inside your cells, as we spoke about. You get your detoxification, it's going to give you more energy, it's going to improve your stamina and strength, it's going to reduce stress levels, which is pretty big in today's world. It provides mental clarity, and of course, you're going to sleep like a baby. And the key is, oh, and on top of it, your skin is going to be vibrant. I love the difference that we see in people when they get on this product.
Tammy, we get a lot of comments. Even our lawyer that we just met for the very first time online today,
Yeah,
in updating our wills and everything else, and he was saying he couldn't believe that we're 60, right?
I know.
But that's the point, right? It makes his skin looks young. It makes his skin looks fresh, and this is what I'm looking forward to sharing with all of you. See, CellGVT is the most advanced formula here, folks. It's a bit of a buffet of supplements that we have in here. It basically contains the ribosine, as we've been talking about since the beginning, and 12 other supporting ingredients that raise the glutathione within the cells. Right. So you take 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the afternoon. Simple as that. Most healthy people will notice better energy, better mental focus, better sleep, reduce aches and pains, depending on how active you are in the age group that you're in. For some with the health challenge, and folks, sometimes the results could be actually life changing, as Tammy and I have witnessed many times in the past 18 years. Are we going to 19 now? I'm not sure. But if you're healthy and you want to remain healthy, folks, take the CellGVT. It's as simple as that. If you're aging and you want to stay youthful, hello, we're there, right? Take the CellGVT. If you had health challenges and you're recovering, take the CellGVT, folks. Now, if you're struggling with your health and running out of options, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. Take the CellGVT. You can take it in a smaller quantity at the beginning to see how things goes, right? Things are not going to change in 2 hours. So see how things are, how you feel, and you may see some amazing results. But it's important to note that these products are supplements, folks. Okay, they're not medication, and also they're taking alongside your medication if you are using them. Okay, so it do not treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, folks. All they do is to improve the glutathione within your cells. As we mentioned, if your cells are healthy, your organs are healthy. If your organs are healthy, your body's healthier. It's as simple as that. Okay. We recommend, if you're going to try those, try it for at least 90 days. Don't just try a week and say, oh, it's not working for me. It took you maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years to be where you are today or more. Don't expect things to change in 2 days, right? So give it time. 90 days is a very fair assumption. And in fact, most people will start recognizing something within a week or two. And again, it's just food for thought as you're consuming those products.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's because the ribosine is so important. All these extra components are great, but it's the ribosine that really does the work, and the other ones just complement, right? And the Max ATP, oh my gosh, that is our go-to performance drink. Chris and I work out regularly, and I'm stronger than ever at my age, is because we get that in the zone focus. Anybody who tries this product absolutely loves it because you get this mental clarity, but you also get the physical performance and the recovery with this product. And I love that they're individual packages. There's a lot of people today that are on the go. So you just open the package. Some people just pour the powder under their tongue, but you put it in you can put it in however much water you want, like 4 to 6 ounces maybe, and then 15 minutes later it kicks in. When we're on long drives visiting our family, we love it because we're so in the zone. We don't need those coffee breaks to deal with the fatigue. And it's a phenomenal product. It links really, really well with one of the other glutathione products, CellGVT or Max One.
I totally agree, Tammy. And the Max Infuse, that is a wonderful product. And in fact, you can take the Max Infuse. Many people mix the ATP and the Infuse. I like to take them individually, but you can take, in fact, I'm mixing the Infuse with some collagen supplements, which I really, really love. And it tastes fantastic. But it's another excellent product because what it does, it took 20,000 calorie of food compressed into 10 calories. It's really, really cool. It's really that efficient. So it's an excellent source of vitamins, especially if you're busy. People today don't have time to eat properly. They run to the next appointment, they run to their job whatsoever. You know how it works. But you take this, you can put them in your purse, you can put it in your bag, you can put it in your MERS. I call that's a man's purse, a MERS, right? And then from there, you always have one with you. So if you need it, you take it. Absolutely phenomenal. These products are all 30-day supplies. So there's 30 little sachets that you consume on a daily basis.
Yeah, so this is our newest products. You see, you have a patch there and you have a supplement. We're all hearing the buzzword out there, GLP-1, 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 and you've got the medications, Ozempic and other medications that can cause damage in time. Well, this is a natural product, and that's what I love about it. So it's a premium weight management solution, and it works with your body naturally to boost glutathione, GLP-1 levels. And it's going to help you manage cravings. We don't get sweet cravings. We've been on this product for a little bit. We don't get any sweet cravings since we've been on it. It supports your metabolism, and it achieves that goal of weight loss. But you always have to add other things like fitness and nutrition. I think is very, very important to add in any diet. So it's going to stimulate. It's a stimulant-free product, and it's clinically proven. So the ingredients are the sorghum, which is an antioxidant and a muscle recovery. Yeah, I noticed that my muscle recovery so much better, Chris. Mm-hmm. And the aramine is proven to naturally boost the glutathione, the GLP-1. I keep saying glutathione. I'm stuck on glutathione. I love it. Chromium picolinate. That's what's reducing the hungers and the cravings. And then you've got the Posibio, and that's helping with the gut health. It's protecting your gut lining. So as we mentioned, it's a new product. We're learning we're learning how to pronounce the words, but the product's working. It's a good product.
Yeah, Tammy, and I found some interesting videos that could be shared in the future in reference to this. So, and folks, at the end of the day, we have testimonials from all over the world, and that's something that we've been witnessing over the years. Tonight, we didn't bring any live presentation, any live testimonials. Again, tonight we wanted to focus on just the content of the information, but as we evolve, we're going to be evolving a lot of different aspects of how we're presenting this. Now, what we're going to do from this point here, folks, we're going to shift gear again. So we went through a little bit of the company. We went a little bit about the product technology, the people behind the technology. And now we share a little bit about our products itself. Now we're going to shift over to the income opportunity. Okay. And we know that health and income are two of the basic requirements for creating a significant life, right? We understand that. This is what will impact the world. In fact, already has. So we're talking about the kind of impact that can really change someone's well-being when it comes to the financial wealth. I know Tammy and I are prime residual of that. In fact, we've been living off this company for many, many, many years, and we've done extremely well. So, and the reason why we believe it's not just the income aspect of it, it's because we can trust that our products are doing exactly what they are meant to do. So that's what we love about it. So let's take a look of how this all works.
Yeah. So you know what, you guys, times are really changing, and it's becoming riskier to have a single income stream. I think most families today, both parents are working, and some like to work from home. And, a lot of people were wanting to build businesses online, which is really, really exciting. So the key is when you have control, you're more flexible and you have that freedom to come and go and, work with your own hours. And that's what this allows you to do with Max.
I totally agree. And if you take a look at these companies listed here, what do they all have in common? Uber, Facebook, Bolt, Airbnb, Alibaba, Expedia. What do they all have in common? Well, the fact is that they all have in common the internet and connecting people through a product and a service. That is the way of the future. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, and if you think about big businesses in today's fast growing world, they're all on the internet and they're all connecting people and they're creating networks that are sharing products and sharing services.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. So we're living in a plug and play economy here, folks.
Mhm.
Successful businesses now create value by taking products and services and connecting them to people who needs them. Is not the truth. So through platforms and technology, that's as we alluded earlier. So take Uber for example. Uber connect drivers who needs passengers, right? And the passengers needs rides. That's the exchange that's going on. Other platform allows users to plug in and get value. They didn't create the two parties here, folks, right? But they develop a massive business by connecting those two parties. Alibaba created a platform to connect sellers and buyers. Expedia, where Tammy and I just booked a vacation, which we're looking forward to it. We're going to Tulum, Mexico for 7 days and using Expedia. And it was so convenient. It's amazing how this app has evolved, right? And it found the hotel for us and the flights, and boom, one thing done on the spot. So convenient. People pay for convenience. So this is the way of the future. And Max, folks, is perfectly positioned for that. The new back office and everything else that's there is so exciting. It's so easy to use and so easy to see what's going on. So anyway, let's carry on and with the presentation as I get a little over.
He's already in vacation mode. Our business is really, really simple. Our job is really to connect potential customers and business partners to Max. And we do this by sharing information, bringing value, talking about the products, telling stories, and then people will be interested in having a look at it. There's some links that you can share. It's very, very simple. And when we connect customers and business partners to Max, we earn income. And we're going to show you several different ways of earning income, but let's get started about the connection.
Yeah, absolutely. See, that's the thing here, folks. It's all about networks. As you connect more and more people to Max and they do the same, the team grows and the product purchases also grows. That's what happens. This is the power of network. Everyone you connect is linked to you. And because they're linked to you, you get compensated for that. So the commission are based on the overall team's purchase. So the sales volume and everything else, it will benefit you based on the fact that you're sharing this within your social network. So you can build a very large business. Trust me, folks. I'm not kidding. We've done that. We bought the damn t-shirt, right? So the thing is, we know what can happen with
Mhm.
that. So it's simply to plug people to Max International. And we'll share with you at the end exactly how you do that.
Yeah, and you can see the size of your team and is based on the volumes, and it's totally unlimited. Everything that we put in our head will either limit us or take us to the moon. And so you can see you can earn up to $40,000 in commissions on your team bonus, and there's so much more. But we're not going to get into that tonight. It gets really exciting when you start supporting people, and so it's all based on individuals and team performance.
Yes. And folks, don't get overwhelmed by these numbers. This is the maximum, right? You can go anywhere from zero to there.
Yeah.
So we're just showing you the both extremes here on how this can work. So team bonuses could be quite significant. So how does the commission work, folks? Well, your turn commission, well, very simple. To earn commission, you first must keep your business active with a monthly purchase of 100 points. 100 points, it's basically two products. That's as simple as that. Okay. So it could vary between anywhere between 110, $120 to maybe 160 to $170. And I'm talking US here, folks. But the good thing is we also get paid in US. So it doesn't matter where you live, you get a boost when it comes to the exchange rate. But the fact here is this is how it works. Okay. We all consume. And why we want to consume? One is because we want to stay healthy, we want to remain healthy. But two, that will also keep you active for you to start earning commission and to the bonus that we just shared with you earlier. And
Yeah,
Tammy,
we're not
before
going to
we
go
do,
into detail on this one, but as you go up in ranks and you help others go up in ranks, you can make up to 50% of a matching check. And again, it's all about helping people grow.
that's it. And what you see here is again, these are the numbers that you're going to receive based on people that you've introduced into Max International, and the company sends that to you as what we call a matching income bonus. Okay, so really, really cool. And don't worry so much about the greedy details. We have plenty of trainings. We have some tools that you can go into and learn about the process of how everything works. And folks, the support is very, very important. And as I mentioned earlier, I talk about tools. We created a board. This is an app that you can install. And from that app, once you connect to our team support system, everything is available there. Trainings, presentation, how-tos. We break down all the details in the compensation plan. And it's really designed to give you also the marketing material over and above what the corporate company and your back office will provide to you. We understand the importance of support, because these trainings is what will create a duplication within your organization. It is extremely important. We understand that, and it's one of the reasons we've done so well in this business. We want you to do well, so we certainly invite you to expand on that.
Yeah. So when you join Max, you're joining a network of professionals and world-class training. You've got business mentors and second to none world-class incentive recognition trips that we've done so many of them over many years, and we've traveled to places we would never have traveled to, would never even think about it. And it's amazing all the stuff that Max has done to give back. It's phenomenal, and you're going to absolutely love being part of the family.
That's an understatement. And folks, as you get started here, you're looking at different packages. I'll give you a little quick demo at the end here. It's very simple, and I'll show you how you can check this out. But it starts anywhere between $150 up to $1,000. Okay. And again, you're not just giving money to the company, you're basically buying products. So you can have a little bit of an inventory that you don't need to do every month. It's a one-time purchase. And then every month you just do your own personal consumption. But on month one, you need some supplies to be able to share within your social network. And that's what this is all about. Okay. So it's very straightforward, and it's amazing. But what's most importantly is that you're never going to be alone. Ever, ever, ever. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, I love this slide here. Your life today is the result of the decisions of your past. And it's called, you know what? You had some experiences. Whatever happened, it's okay. It was all great things. You keep moving and growing forward. If you had some bad experience, it's all experiences. And your life tomorrow is going to be the result of the decisions that you're going to make today and moving forward. Chris and I always step back at the beginning of the year. We slow down towards the end of the year, reflect, and at the beginning of the year, we step back and we think, what can we do? What kind of impact can we make moving forward in 2026? So we're really excited. Oh my gosh, we're up to some really big things, you guys. And everybody always benefits when we learn things.
Folks, every one of us deserve the life of significance. We want to live the life that we want, not the life that we have to live. And that's exactly what it's all about. So, folks, as we end this presentation here today, we really want to thank you for taking a good look. And before you leave, let me just kind of shift a little bit over to show you exactly how this works. So if you happen to be, for example, if you have someone invited you here today, they are going to give you a link for you to get the information that you need. If you didn't receive a link and you came here from an invitation, maybe that Tammy and I did, or you just don't know exactly what's going on, you kind of dropped in here by mistake, if you go to maxpays.com, please do not use that link if someone invited you here today. They will provide you a link. So when you click on that, it will take you to the site. And from there, you see the $99. That's the maximum. That's $1,000. We rounded off here. That's a CellGVD. This is the package I highly recommend. It's as simple as simply select, right? And from there, it's there and you can check out. It's as simple as that. So let me just go back here. And these are the packages where these are just the Max 1. This is the Max GXL with the professional pack. Okay. It's a bit less aggressive. And you'll notice that there's some points assigned to these packages. We'll cover that on a later date. If let's say that would be the CellGVD package. And this is a very cool one, which is what we call the Sport Pack, which this one, if you select that, it's a combination of the CellGVD, the Max ATP, and the Max Infuse. You're getting all three. And then from there, that's probably a good way if you just want to get your feet wet. It's enough for you to get started. It covers the 100 CV that we mentioned earlier. And then you can order them monthly, or you can just order, let's say, 2 of those or whatever. So the person that invited you here today will give you more details. But at the end of the day, folks, Tammy and I are very, very excited to present this opportunity. Again, every second Thursdays, we're going to be presenting this. And I know there are going to be other members that are going to be stepping up and presenting also on their own. We look forward to follow these presentations also. And there's a lot of automation that are coming. For example, if let's say you're the person that you're invited here didn't show up, well, just send him that link. That will be the recorded of this presentation. Okay, so that's the reason why we don't need to do them weekly, but we will do them bi-weekly, because as we are presenting and evolving, things are going to change. We're going to be becoming sharper and sharper and sharper as we present, and we'll be able to condense that even better with more graphics and new things that are coming about, which we look forward to share with you. So every 2 weeks, we'll share these things. So any last word, Tammy, you want to share as we end?
Yeah, well, if you're evaluating it for the first time and if you've seen enough to make a decision, don't hesitate, you guys. Just jump in. You're going to learn in the process. That's exactly what we did many years ago. Is we hopped on board. We got some great experience with the products. We couldn't stop talking to people about how we felt, and it built from there. And if you enjoyed tonight's presentation, please hit the like button. If you enjoyed, if you want to make a comment, we'd love to have any comments out there. And have yourself a fabulous evening. I know we're getting close to the weekend, and we love our weekends.
So have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening, folks. Thank you for attending, and we look forward to see you on our next presentation. And bye for now.